laughing like hysterically for no reason. And then son just looks over at me as he's driving in and just smiles. And I'm just out of control laughing like I could not control it. And I felt it.
You got a welcome to the ranch.
Yeah, it definitely got a huge welcome to the ranch. One of the things I've noticed about the place too is that, and we'll go further into this with James, but if you have a lot of baggage, it really gets slapped in your face.
Oh yeah. Yep, it definitely brings up that, it brings up the things that you need to be getting rid of in yourself, you know.
Yeah.
If you got something that you need to work on or something that's keeping you away from your true goals in life, it'll definitely bring it to your attention so that you're able to deal with it. And that's a good place to deal with it too. I mean, they've got some real gifted people that go to that place and live there that have the knowledge and have the wisdom to and the contacts, quote unquote, that can really, really do some good for you. So
yeah.
So there's a little plug for your ranch, James.
But as far as the whole I've gotten to the point where I kind of dislike using the whole UFO the word itself, UFO, because a lot of people use the word as to describe an alien aircraft, where that just means that it's unidentified flying object.
Right.
But to go into the whole craftings, seeing them at the ranch was amazing. And of course people will sit there and say that was a satellite. I had a friend of mine tell me that it was, what's the name of the little bugs with the light on their butt?
Just a lightning bug or a firefly?
Firefly. That, sometimes the wind will carry them up. But here's, which is, if that's a lightning, first of all, if that's a lightning bug, then that's just as amazing, because some of the things me and Tom sat there together and watched some of these things. But the one experience that I want to say is there was two girls from Australia, another gentleman, I don't remember who he is, and it's just four of us. It's about 1:00 in the morning. It's freezing cold. And we see a ship, and all of a sudden, it looks like a satellite moving slowly. It stops, and then there's a huge flash, and there's like a blue plasma cloud just moving away, and the ship is nowhere around anymore. And I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Did you see the ship after that consciousness or that intention experiment they did in the conference hall?
No, I did not see that ship, but I felt that ship.
Yeah.
And I won't go into details, but we were doing Kunlun during that. And even before we started, I said to Pam, there's so much energy in this room. Are you sure you want to do this? I won't speak about anybody else's experience during that day, but my own personal experience was, it was kind of an overload.
Yeah.
It was so much energy. I've never felt that much energy. So I didn't, you can say what you want to say about it, but I didn't have to see the ship.
Yeah, well, a lot of people aren't going to believe this stuff until they do see it. And
even then, even then, people, you only, speaking of what we were talking off the show, was the elephant in the room. If you want to ignore the elephant in the room, then go right ahead.
And do you ever hear the story about when oh God, what the hell was the name? The Spanish conquistador guy that went to South America, Mexico, Central America, Cortez.
Cortez,
When Cortez arrived in South America, and aliens came out and they couldn't see the ships that were right off the coast because it was not part of their conscious reality.
Was it? I hear different versions because I also heard it was Henry Cook off the coast of Hawaii.
Nobody should be quoting me on this. I thought it was Cortez. I can't remember. I know it was one of those where the first time the natives had ever seen the ships, and but they couldn't see the ships because it wasn't part of their conscious reality until after the people had landed and basically said, "Look, there's our ships," before they were actually able to see them. Take that for what it's worth. I don't know. Obviously I wasn't there, and if I was, I don't have that memory.
Yeah.
But, just the thought of that, I mean, that same thing could apply to the UFO thing, and I think it does to a certain extent.
I think it does 100% actually. I mean, we all know that we see, and don't quote me on this, we see about, our eyes pick up something like 4 billion bits of information, and our brain is only registering about 2,000.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, wow, that's like a lot of information that you're not, your brain is not letting you, it's filtering out.
Yeah.
So it's obvious you see with your brain and not your eyes.
Yeah.
But before we wrap this up, I just want to give a quick story where, I'm out here in Japan and I have like a small little patio, not really a patio, but a tiny small thing. And I like standing out there and I'll look in the sky, the night sky, and I'm looking up, and all of a sudden my eyes went night vision mode, and I can see like a small scout ship in the sky. And this must have lasted like about a second. And then it went back and I was like, whoa. So going back to what we were talking about, I don't know if they did that, or maybe I somehow clicked into my part of my brain and did that, or I was just completely hallucinating. I don't think I was, but you really do see with your brain. So if you don't want to accept a certain reality, then you're not going to accept that reality.
Right.
So when someone says, it's not real, they're right. It's not real to them. So it does not exist in their reality unless they have one of these experiences where it's just slapped in their face.
Yeah. We can go on and on about the reality and consciousness and how people perceive it, but this is supposed to be just a little snippet of Tom and Ramon, and we could go on for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours talking about that stuff, which is part of the reason why we're doing this show, because we both really love this subject matter, and we both had some really good experiences that I think with us sharing them and bringing in some of these people that we're going to be talking to, maybe we can help some of you guys out and open your eyes up some more too.
Yeah, or maybe you can do for us.
Exactly.
Help open up our eyes. All right, so we'll be getting off, and please make sure you tune in next week, November the 17th on bbsradio.com, Station 1 at 5 p.m. Pacific Time. That's 8 Eastern Time, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like to sign off this show with one of my favorite quotes from Albert Einstein, which you heard at the beginning of the show. Condemnation without investigation is the height of ignorance. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah.